Hey everyone, welcome back to All Things Dodgers. My name is Alan Maurice. We have a new Dodgers signing, so let's talk all about it.
Texas ball, left center field. On an 0-1. It's one in time. Way back. Reyes fires. Swing and a drive. Deep left field.
Welcome back, baseball fans. My name is Alan Reese. You're watching All Things Dodgers. If you haven't gotten the chance, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Leave a like on this video as well as others. Click the notifications bell and leave a comment down below about your thoughts on Teoscar Hernandez, the Dodgers' new left fielder. That's right. The other night, Sunday, the Dodgers acquired outfielder Teoscar Hernandez on a one-year deal, $23.5 million. He was one of the top free agent hitters on the market this offseason, and the Dodgers addressed a big need with this signing. They already signed the big fish, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. They traded for Tyler Glasnow from the Tampa Bay Rays to address their pitching needs. And I think there still are pitching needs, but on top of that, there was also a hole in this roster for a right-handed hitter who can mash against lefties and who they can stick out there in the outfield and have them play solid defense out there in the outfield. And I think Teoscar Hernandez is the perfect candidate for that role, and the Dodgers went ahead and signed him. Well, who is this player? He was a Silver Slugger in 2020 and 2021. He was also an All-Star in 2021. Those years were with the Toronto Blue Jays. And then, before the 2021 season, he was traded to the Seattle Mariners. He didn't perform as well with the Mariners. If we look at his stats for the 2023 season, he had a .258 batting average, .305 on-base percentage, hitting 26 home runs. He had a .740 OPS, and drove in 93 RBIs. Now, compared to his best season, 2023 can seem like a bit of a down year. Looking at his 2021 season, that's his best season. He had a .296 average with a .346 on-base percentage, 32 home runs, and a much higher OPS of .870, driving in 116 RBIs. So overall, a more productive season in 2021, but it's not to be taken for granted how good Teoscar Hernandez was in 2023 for the Mariners. He was a guy who they could put in the middle of their lineup, and they knew that he would post every day, be in that lineup, and be a consistent run producer, which is something the Dodgers value very much. Now, the Dodgers were most likely interested in Teoscar Hernandez because of his ability to hit really well against left-handed pitching. If we take a look at his splits, against lefties, he has a .287 batting average versus a .249 batting average against righties. This last season, he hit 7 home runs against lefties, 19 against righties, which shows some opposite statistics right there, hitting more home runs against righties. But if we look and we go down to his OPS, it's clear that he feels more comfortable batting against lefties with that .817 OPS against lefties, .718 against righties, 66 RBIs against righties, and pretty much the same on-base percentage for both lefties and righty pitchers when he's facing them. So it's clear that Hernandez can definitely hold his own against right-handed pitchers. It's not something where maybe like a Kike Hernandez situation, Jason Hayward, where it's very important that they play to matchups and platoon those players depending on the handedness of the starting pitcher. This guy seems like he can definitely hold his own against a pitcher coming from both sides of the mound. And so that's very exciting because that frees up Chris Taylor, who is a Swiss Army knife of sorts. He just plays multiple positions, has multiple purposes on this team, whether it's infield, outfield, and he can play anywhere, does well offensively and defensively, and so that frees him up to be more of a utility man and a versatile player for the Dodgers. I'm really looking forward to seeing Hernandez in left field in the everyday starting lineup. Now, there are some concerns, especially with the strikeout. That would be the main concern for me, is the strikeout amount. Looking at his past 3 seasons, going back to his best year in 2021, 148 strikeouts, The next season in 22, that number increased a little bit to 152 strikeouts in that season. And then the most recent season, 2023, 211 strikeouts. So that number just keeps increasing. Some more not so great news. In this past season, he had a chase rate of 35.2%, which was the worst in his career. Chase meaning how often he expands the zone to swing at a pitch that isn't in the strike zone. 35.2%. The Dodgers are known for having very strong plate discipline and not swinging at balls, swinging at strikes, making contact, and making things happen as a result. And so it's kind of going against the Dodgers' mentality that they have promoted in the past few seasons by signing this player who has this tendency to chase a little bit, swing and miss, more whiff in the batter's box. And so there is some concern there. Strikeout rate was 31.1% this past season, 2023. So this is something that the Dodgers, they know, they see it, and it must be something that they feel like they can fix going forward. There have been many players who the Dodgers have acquired. Just looking at even recently JD Martinez. He was having a few down seasons, and they revitalized his career. They found something, it clicked, and now he's one of the top DH candidates in free agency for this offseason. Even Chris Taylor, who also came from the Mariners, they retooled him, worked on his mechanics, and now his career made a change for the better. Same with Justin Turner, who is a Dodgers legend now. And so I think the Dodgers see something in Hernandez, and they feel like if they can just tweak pieces of his swing to lead to less strikeout rates, then they could have something really special on their hands. Well, what is it that the Dodgers feel like is the upside in Teoscar Hernandez? Looking at this past 2023 season, his hard hit rate, which is how often a ball that he puts in play, has an exit velocity of 95 miles per hour or greater. That hard hit rate was at 49.4%, about half of the batted balls that he put in play. And so this means that when he hits the ball, it comes off the bat fast and most likely will go far if it catches some air and gets some lift. And this leads to him being a very strong power hitter. An MLB article written by Juan Toribio and Brian Murphy recently in the past few days mentions Hernandez, and here's the quote. It says, "A consistent power source, Hernandez is one of 12 players to hit at least 25 homers in each of the past 4 full seasons." So Hernandez has a proven track record of being a power source in the lineup. Home runs, extra base hits, he gets things done in the batter's box. And this is very exciting for the Dodgers because in the past few seasons, specifically the postseason, a challenge has been runners in scoring position and getting just that extra hit to put them over the edge in an inning to get a guy home. We're looking at his stats with runners in scoring position this past season. He had an average of 300, an on-base percentage of 337, an OPS of 790, and 67 of his 93 RBIs he racked up this season were with runners in scoring position. And so this only goes to show and solidify the fact even further that Hernandez is someone that the Dodgers will be able to rely on in their lineup on a daily basis. Well, where does he go in the lineup? It'll most likely be after Will Smith, who will hopefully be, in my opinion, the Dodgers' cleanup hitter. It'll also balance that lineup. You have Mookie Betts leading off, a righty. Then you have Freeman and Ohtani, maybe flipped Ohtani and Freeman, both lefties. Then you bring in Max Muncy, Will Smith being a righty, Muncy being a lefty. Then possibly in that 6th spot, you could have Teoscar Hernandez. Possibly against lefties, you can switch Muncy and Hernandez, have Teoscar be in the 5th spot and Muncy in the 6th spot. The Dodgers have lots of opportunities and lots of chances to play around with that lineup and see where he fits. But it's without a doubt, Teoscar Hernandez will be a middle of the lineup guy because of his proven stats when there are runners in scoring position and his ability to drive in runs. Well, what about defense? In that same MLB article, it is quoted, with the Dodgers, Hernandez would get most of the starts in right field against left-handers and would slide over to left field against right-handers. As Mookie Betts projects to play most of his games at second base, Chris Taylor will also get at-bats as a utility man this season. Now, this surprised me actually because I thought that they were going to have Jason Heyward out there in right field. Jason Heyward, a player who they re-signed to a one-year deal after he did very well and produced very well with the Dodgers last season. I thought they were going to have him play against right-handed pitching in right field and have him platoon with Manuel Margot, who they traded along with Tyler Glasnow from the Tampa Bay Rays, and have Margot platoon with Heyward in right field. Now, it seems like Hernandez, who played a lot of right field with the Mariners last season, will get significant time there with the Dodgers against left-handed pitching, possibly having Margot or Taylor or someone like that play in left field during those games against left-handed pitching. Then when there's a right-handed pitcher on the mound, have Teoscar go to left field and have Heyward play in right field. Again, the Dodgers will have lots to work with. Dave Roberts will have, I'm sure, lots of fun working around with this lineup and the field, moving guys around, seeing what fits. As far as defense, I'm not worried about Hernandez. He's a very solid player, strong arm, very accurate arm, not going to be a problem on the defensive side. Overall, I would give this deal an A. It solved a hole in this Dodgers roster. They needed a bat to mash against left-handed pitching and someone who they can put in that lineup in the middle of the order who can really produce runs, especially with runners in scoring position, and that's who they got. Teoscar Hernandez is a Los Angeles Dodger. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't gotten the chance, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video and others as well, click the notifications bell, and leave a comment down below. What do you think about this Teoscar Hernandez signing? Do you think the Dodgers are done this offseason? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you everybody for watching. My name is Alan Reese. Go Dodgers, and I will see you next time on the next episode of All Things Dodgers.